Hey everybody, welcome to MLE Esports GG2, the second channel bringing you today. We have the Sharks and the Rhinos in the Championship League. This matchup should be a very interesting one if the standings and the stats have anything to say about it. I am joined today by Killsync. How you doing, man?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. Although I will say one thing: we're watching the Outlaws, not the Sharks. But still, it's because obviously there are four teams here that are pretty much in the same contention for this playoff spot. So you've got obviously the Outlaws on 35-30, Tyrants on 35-30, Sharks on 35-30, and Dodgers on 35-30. So now out of all of those, the Outlaws, I suppose you could say, have the best chance of taking it, because if they get a 5-0 here, which, I mean, the Rhinos needed to do it to the Outlaws yesterday's match in the Premier League, but the Outlaws need to do it here. If they get a 5-0, they're guaranteed that spot. But obviously we know how difficult 5-0s can be. Do you think we could see one in the first game of the day?
So I really don't think a 5-0 is going to happen. I feel like the best that the Outlaws could potentially do would probably be a 4-1. That is in the realm of possibility. It's super, super hard to come by a 5-0. And yeah, I said Sharks, but literally all of these teams all have the same record, so my mouse was clicked up one spot above where it should be. But yeah, this is definitely very, very hotly contested. I don't know if there are any other leagues in MLE that are this close in terms of teams that have a potential shot to get in. You even have the Spectre and the Flames, who, if they do end up getting 5-0s, also have chances to mix up this wild card weekend, as it were. What do you think that the Rhinos sort of mindset is going to be coming into this game?
I think it's one of those where if you're friendly with the other team, shall we say, you go into it with that mentality of, okay, if we lose, we lose. We're out of this anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Like, these guys are a nice bunch of guys. Like, we don't mind losing to these. But if you're not that fond of a team, this is the time where you turn around and you say, right, no, there is no chance we are letting you take this. There is no way we are going to let you take a 5-0, because if you do, you're taking that spot. We don't want you there. We want to win this. We don't want to let you win anything. But, I mean, from what I've seen so far, I don't think any team ever lets anybody else win. So it's going to be a good game. And they're starting off early, and it's going to look like Austin Sanity is going to get the first goal early on for the Outlaws.
Austin Sanity is starting off early indeed. If the Outlaws are looking to 5-0, this is a great start. They're definitely going to love to have that first goal, because that's a huge momentum push on their side.
Absolutely. A 1-0 in 16 seconds is exactly how they want to start it. As the Evil passing it to KC, Austin Sanity is up early, but KC still got the momentum to potentially take a shot. It goes high off of the side and straight over the top. Mythonian equalizing the game, and we haven't even been in it for 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was a dangerous little pass there from KC. Just super awkward for the Evil is back to be able to read where that ball is going to go, not able to make the jump up to it, and that is a tie game for us.
Immediately the game is basically reset as Austin Sanity is looking for the double touch. KC coming out from the side to get the block. Evil is back, looking to take it up with the sidewall. There isn't too much in the way of defense here. Looking to pop it over one, gets over Mythonian. Mythonian not the greatest of touches, and Austin Sanity just waiting back patiently here, taking that 100 boost pad. Needs to get it away from KC right now, needs to opt for that corner boost as well, as the pinch goes straight towards the opposite corner. Mythonian looking to follow this one up, passing it center and looking to follow again, but a poor takeoff isn't going to lead him anywhere. The Evil is back, just launching it upfield, and KC is going to get the opportunity to send it straight back to Austin Sanity, who's looking to take a little bit more control, grabbing that 100 boost tab. Might be able to take it over KC here if KC isn't careful. Now KC completely out of the play, and Mythonian needs to do well with this one if they're going to stop the goal coming in, but the Evil is back with the side flip, and KC takes it out from over the top to relieve some of the early pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure getting put on here by both teams, kind of at whatever time you want to look at, as we see a near goal but pitched out. This is kind of a very back and forth game, but they have in a way settled, because we're not seeing a bunch of goals getting scored. It's just a lot of pressure and a lot of shots getting put out.
And as we say that, the opportunity for a goal to be scored, KC coming in for the save as Austin Sanity looks to take it past one, gets it past the second one. It goes dangerously into the center, but the Evil is back, not following too closely, and KC just pops it to the side and grabs that 100 as well. The Evil is back, doesn't manage to get the touch, but Austin Sanity managing to put it back into the corner as play continues to be aggressive from both teams, but now just forced back onto the defense, and Outlaws just needing to push that over into their own corner, but Mythonian stealing that 100 boost as KC looks to challenge Austin Sanity, and Austin Sanity again just taking away that pressure, just relieving themselves ever so slightly as Mythonian, not the greatest of takeoffs, and the Evil is back looking for a center field pass to Austin Sanity. KC popping it up on the side, and KC again managing to take it over Austin Sanity, looking to grab the mid boost pad. I don't think he's got too much, to be honest, to work with. He doesn't. One boost is going to be a little bit dangerous, but steals the corner, but it doesn't matter. The Evil is back, the demo comes through, and the goal to take the lead again.
Yeah, both teams out here just hustling as hard as they can. It seems like they're almost moving too quickly for themselves. We're seeing a lot of misplays and kind of errant jumps, and finally something breaks for the Rhinos and they get scored on because of a demo.
Yeah, and the whiffs coming out, there's just a few too many at the moment. I don't think these teams have quite settled into the gameplay just yet, but you expect it from the nerves of game number one, as KC now looking center for Mythonian, but coming straight over the top. Austin Sanity shutting down the play, doesn't want to allow those passing plays to develop, as the Evil is back just dunking straight over the top of Mythonian, forcing it back into the Rhinos corner. And now Austin Sanity, a great pre-jump, still has the boost to carry on going, doesn't make the touch, but it might have faked out Mythonian, and it has, as the ball just drops in elegantly, floats for a 3-1 lead.
And it's hard to say if this was intentional by Austin Sanity, but he makes no touch on that ball, doesn't need to. It does a couple bounces on its way into the net. The Outlaws now have the 3-1 lead. This is looking good for them.
And what started a little bit rocky for both teams, the Outlaws have just picked up the pace, but as I say that, the slowest goal we might see all day, as KC just drops it past Evil, and that's a P-roller. That's slow.
That is one of the slowest goals I've ever seen. I don't have my miles per hour currently tuned in, but that was 28 kilometers per hour. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say it was about, I don't know, 16. That is very slow indeed.
Yeah, we actually saw yesterday a 14-kilometer-an-hour shot, so I think I'm just being graced with the slow shots, the beautiful ones that you can just watch roll in and say bye, have a nice time. As Austin Sanity looks to challenge Mythonian. Mythonian getting him past one, only has one to face off with now. A good infield pass here could be great, but instead opts for the shot. The Evil is back, an easy save for him as he takes it past one. Might be able to pick up the side 100 boost pad. Austin Sanity looking for Mythonian, looking for that bump. Mythonian taking it up off the sidewall, has the boost to play with as well, and I don't think Austin Sanity knows that as he goes in for the 50. Austin Sanity managing to get it over one, gets it over KC as well. The Evil is back, following up with the shot, but Mythonian with the save from the side, and Austin Sanity still in that 100 boost pad, looking to keep the play alive, doesn't want to allow this Rhino team to get back on offense. They're only a goal in the lead at the moment, and that's dangerous. You need to have a bigger buffer, especially when you need 5 games to 0 in a series.
Yeah, and we saw the Rhinos there just on top of each other and barely getting bailed out by Mythonian's ridiculous save, as we see a great pass over to KC. They're going to tie this game up. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was incredible. The Evil is back, just forcing it off of the sidewall, and the great infield pass from Mythonian coming in, and KC just slotting it into the open net, and 35 seconds remaining. And in the first game of the series of the day, we could be going to overtime, and that would be something.
Yeah, overtime in game one would be awesome to see. It's awesome that the Rhinos, despite being not eligible for playoffs because of their win record, are still putting on quite the fight against their divisional rival here, so this is great to see.
It is, and obviously sporting those Rhino topper as well. You love to see a little bit of involvement with your team. You love it as KC trying to force that out from Evil is back. It's a bad touch from Mythonian, and it could be another bad touch, but fortunately for him, a mild pinch taking over the top of the goal as Austin Sanity looking to keep play alive, looking to drop it in front of the goal for the Evil is back, but a good 50 and drops the ball down, and the Rhinos are saved.
Yeah, hard to say who's going to take this overtime. We haven't seen any indication either way who might take it, as this one's just going to fall right into the net. The Outlaws are going to take overtime game 1.
And that's how you want to take it. If you're going to take it, you want to take it that early. A great shot coming the way of Evil is back, just dunking it over the top of KC. KC not really standing too much of a chance in game number 1 like that is summed up. But it's a good series so far. If they keep it up, they could potentially 5-0. There's nothing to say they couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, they were the team that came out on top this time. There is, like you said, no reason to say why they wouldn't be able to do that again. But given the pace of play and how competitive everything seemed and all the different kind of momentum shifts that we saw throughout that game, I really, really don't think that the Outlaws are going to be able to keep up with the Rhinos for every single game or every single play. So I'm definitely thinking that they're not going to 5-0, but it's still possible. The Rhinos haven't won a game yet.
It is, and I think if the Outlaws just capitalize a little better on the mistakes of the Rhinos, especially on defense, then they could really see themselves taking a few goals. We saw Austin Sanity, I think it was, with the accidental fake, shall we say, onto KC, just completely wiping him out of the game altogether. And I think that's something that actually the Outlaws can probably use to their advantage, because the Rhinos, as I've been seeing so far, they're very quick to challenge balls, and sometimes they're a little bit too quick. It almost looks like the nerves get the better of them. And if the Outlaws can deduce that early on in the game, they can really take advantage going forward. They can adapt their play style to it, and they can take a quite demanding lead.
Yeah, I would say there was definitely a bit of antsiness on both sides of this matchup. And so we'll definitely see who's able to calm down, make a little bit better decisions, and take this series and this next game that we have coming up.
Yeah, the double commit coming out from Rhinos, and now neither player opting to go for it. KC bumping Mythonian, and it's a slow play out, but it works for the Rhinos as KC just looking to take it around the corner side. Austin Sanity having the boost, and Mythonian just coming over the top, looking to get some sort of air dribble going. It's not going to cause any issues at all for Outlaws as Austin Sanity tries to take that side boost, but already stolen away from under him by Mythonian. And this could be an opportunity to get a goal as the Evil is back, finds the net.
Yeah, that first shot there by Austin Sanity, not on target. Mythonian trying very hard to get back into that play, but the Evil is back just puts it where there's no chance for Mythonian to get that, and that's a great shot to go up.
Absolutely fantastic. And on the 4:20 mark, we see the Outlaws take the first goal as the pressure still continues early on from the kickoff. Austin Sanity now looking for the pass off of the backboard. The Evil is back, is following it. Another pass off of the backboard, and immediately turning is Austin Sanity, but can't beat out Mythonian as KC is going to look to take a shot onto the open net. The Evil is back, managing to get a clearance. Another great one, dropping straight in the middle for Mythonian, who's following up, but puts it too high off the backboard. And again with the follow KC, but can't find the target. And now it's just placement that needs to be perfected from this Rhinos team as Austin Sanity left to make a save. KC now for the shot, and that is the placement they needed.
We saw some pressure here from the Outlaws, but the counterattack from the Rhinos was relentless. I don't know if that was 3 or 4 shots that we just saw in quick succession, but that is something that the Outlaws do not want to be giving up to this Rhinos team, especially if they're looking to 5-0 this series.
Yeah, they don't want to give it up, and they can't afford to give it up, in all honesty. The Evil is back, making a bit of a misplay. Austin Sanity taking it off of the sidewall, getting the double touch, but it's not going to fake out Mythonian, who just stays patiently on the ground, maybe looking to take this up of the wall as well. It's a great pass infield. I don't think KC is quite ready for the quality of pass that just came out there as a good one off of the backboard, finding Methonian, and both players missing as the Evil is back trying to make a play, trying to find the target, but KC is going to be allowed to take this out slowly off of this corner wall. Does so, still has the boost to get another touch, might be able to pick up the corner boost, opts not to go for it instead, trying to look for that pass in field, and now Methonian following that one up. The Evil is back, he's going to be able to get it off into his own corner, following up off the side, and the pass not really coming through from either team just yet. Solo plays more the play style in favor as Austin Sanity goes back off of the sidewall, doesn't manage to get the backflip. It's a good pop over from Methonian, but not good enough to find the target. Methonian again looks to take out Austin Sanity. Zero boost will be gifted with the 100 just spawning back in the middle. A good pass in field to the Evil is back, but a great touch to take the pressure away from Methonian as KC now looking for the target, and it's going to be a pass off the backboard. This is dangerous. Methonian could tie it, and that's it, taking the lead for the first time. Rhinos.
Yeah, I don't know if the Outlaw players thought that the other one of them was going to get this save, but you have the Evil is back and Austin Sanity both on the goal line, and they both just watch that ball go right in, and as well as they're leading this game.
And this could be an even bigger lead if the Evil is back, can't get back quick enough, but he can, fortunately for him. Is now going to look to take it off the side. Not sure how much boost is in his favor. The Black Forest has spawned, though. Might look to take it. Methonian, not the greatest touch. Austin Sanity popping it off of the wall. He's got time to play with now. A great pass in field. The Evil is back. Can't find the target, but can find the double touch.
That's a little bit of a, what I wouldn't call a normal double touch. That's off the crossbar, off the ground, and then in. That is a great read there from the Evil is back, and great sort of awareness to stay up in the air, knowing that wasn't going to be in after the first shot.
Yeah, now KC having a difficult time dealing with this one. Gets a good 50, though. The Evil is backwards, and that could be problematic as the ball goes dangerously towards the goal. Austin Sanity manages to pressure it out, needs to get this in transition quickly onto the offense. Looks for the flick infield for the pass, and KC coming in with the important demo as he's going to look to try and take this out. Methonian now looking to take a little bit of control, gets it high. KC following early, and this could be a great shot, but the Evil is back, just dunking it off of his roof, taking it past one, and that's a good double touch now. This could be problematic if Methonian can't get back in time. A bit of a strength play as he forces out the defender to take back the lead.
I don't know if this play has an actual name, but I've heard it called Rule 1, just sideways, and that's exactly what Austin Sanity did. He just body blocked his opponent out of the way, and the Evil's back just had an easy open net to put that in.
Incredibly easy as Methonian with the bad backflip. Austin Sanity is going to look to follow it up, but I think the Evil is back actually just tripped him up ever so slightly with the miss as KC is looking to find Methonian, and that is probably going to be goal number 4 as Austin Sanity managed to find the split between the opposition.
Yeah, Austin Sanity definitely faked out there by the Evil is back. He was either going to put that ball in, or after Austin Sanity had his way with it, he was going to get it blocked by him. So it's good to see Austin Sanity got that open net that he deserved.
And it was completely deserved. Methonian with a good kickoff, takes it over one, gets the 50 on the kickoff, takes it over the second, and KC coming in to rob the goal blind from Methonian. That's harsh.
Yeah, that is the second time that we've seen a goal like that. I don't know who it was on the kickoffs or if it was different players, but these Rhinos have something that they're doing with their kickoffs that seem to be tripping up the Outlaws. We'll have to keep a closer eye on that.
He definitely will. KC looking to take it high, still has the boost to go back up for it, and does so. Looking maybe for a pass to Methonian off of the backboard, and it's a slow recovery as the bump play comes out, and the Rhinos tie up the game, and we have a game on our hands.
That is a great read by KC. Reads the miss from the Evil is back, and then immediately, without even thinking, goes for the bump on the other player. That is a great play, and these Rhinos are not going down without a fight.
They most certainly are not, as Austin Sanity fakes out one. If he can get the pass into the center now for his teammate, which he does, could potentially get the goal, but can't find it. Methonian now maybe looking for the infield pass instead. Straight off of the backboard. If KC is up early, this could be a goal, but KC just popping it into the corner, realizes he can't get the shot on, taking off the pressure and the potential counterattack is definitely the best play. Smithonian goes for the goal, and the Evil is back is up early enough to save that one. KC just looking for a bit of pressure still to put on. The Evil is back trying to find Austin Sanity, and now forced back on the rotation for defense, and it's an awkward one for the Evil is back. Smithonian might be able to see this, and he does, patiently waiting out one, managing to get the play, still going, gets the pass, trying to find KC, but it's blocked out by the Evil is back, and Austin Sanity now maybe taking it up the wall, might be able to get the recovery, but doesn't get it in a way that he's going to be able to progress play here as Smithonian slows down the clock, trying to make those final seconds count. And this could be dangerous if KC doesn't read this, but KC with a great pinch, sending it off onto the side. And again, we're seeing an overtime.
Yeah, overtime and our second game. This just goes to show how close all of the teams in Champion League are. This is one of the bottom-ranked teams that's just about to get scored on, but that is just off the post. They are very closely ranked in the standings. Don't do it justice.
No, it definitely doesn't. This game is a lot closer than I think maybe we thought it would be going into this, especially with the two differences in this team. But Austin Sanity now popping it over to the side. He's going to look to try and get a shot on target from here, and it might just be a P-roller and slow enough to go in, but it's not on target and won't be able to find it. A great pinch, sending it off back into the Outlaws defense, as Smithonian now is looking to cause a bit of a problem, stealing all of the boost pads along the way. But Austin Sanity up, just forcing KC out on the miss, really. Maybe looking to get this middle, catches it on his roof, gets it over one. The pinch sending it off into the Rhinos corner now, and KC with a boost looking to take it up the wall. Might be looking for Smithonian a little further up the play. He is, and it's a good pass in, but a better block from the Evil is back. And Austin Sanity not quite reading the wall bounce as well as maybe he had hoped, but it's good enough to send it out into the Evil is back. And now Smithonian is going to have a slight problem dealing with this, but KC, phenomenal demo coming in, really relieving the pressure. And can Austin Sanity get back in time? Yes, he can, as now Smithonian forcing it out into the corner, and the Evil is back trying to stop it, but it goes out into the open field, and now it's just a battle to find who is going to get this first goal.
Yeah, I have no idea who's going to get it, as we see a great clear there from the Rhinos. Either one of these teams could do it, but Austin Sanity is going to be the one to put that goal in. The Outlaws now taking their second overtime win in as many games.
Yeah, and it's a great pass off of the corner from the Evil is back, and Austin Sanity just coming straight over the top. He wants to finish these games, but I think at this point in time, they definitely don't want it to keep going to overtime. They will want to finish this in regular play. But 9 shots coming out from Smithonian alone in comparison to Outlaws' 9 shots in total. But at the end of the day, it's the goals you score, not the shots you take. And it's unfortunate for Rhinos as they are suffering from a 2-game loss at the moment. They need to claw this one back.
Yeah, they definitely can. Obviously, we're seeing 2 games go to overtime. That just goes to say that these teams are very competitive with each other, and the margins are super thin to who's going to be the one on top and who's going to be the one that gets scored on in overtime. The Rhinos definitely can turn this around. They can still win this series, and the Outlaws still have their playoff hopes, or playoff aspirations maybe is the better word, alive. If they 5-0, they are in 100%. No contest between who's going to get in. They own the tiebreak between all of the teams that have the same record. So all they have to do is win 3 more games. Easier said than done, but still on the table for them to do this as we get into this 3rd game here.
Definitely, and it is completely possible. At this point in time, neither Outlaws nor Rhinos are willing to take, shall we say, the risks that maybe are needed to be taken to win these games in regular time. But maybe we'll see that change from the Outlaws as they look to take early pressure. The kickoff really going the way of the Outlaws there as Austin Sanity turns around, might be able to get it over KC, but KC, the winner of that one, as the Evil is back, looking to take this one up onto the sidewall, knows that he had a man in the midfield. As I say, that gets demoed, and now Rhinos had every opportunity to get this back into play as Evil is back basically out, manages to pick up the 100 boost. That is a fortunate spawn for him. Austin Sanity just messing about with the ball now, trying to waste a little bit of time. And the Evil is back, knows that he's got Austin Sanity to his right, opts not to go for it, looking for the shot instead, same as Smithonian. That's a good shot, and it might be good enough, and it is, as the Rhinos take the lead.
That didn't seem like a very dangerous shot there from Methonian, but he gets just the right amount of finesse to beat both of the Outlaws, both sitting in very plain view and very easily could have made that save. I'm not exactly sure what they were expecting, but the Rhinos are definitely going to take the lead there.
And I think it was one of those situations where, you know, your defender misses the ball and you're unfortunate enough to miss it as well, but the Evil is back, making up for the previous mistakes of his team. There's a great pass from Austin Sanity into the center, and the Evil is back with the finish.
Yeah, I gotta say, every time it seems like me and you pass off to each other, these teams score. So I don't know if we either cut that out or just keep doing it so we see more goals, but this is definitely a very fun game to watch as we see another goal from Methonian. That is 2 for him, and he is just popping off at this point.
Yeah, and I can also feel the handover coming there as well. I can feel you almost about to let me speak about the game, and just as you do so, another goal gets scored. So maybe this time, hopefully, now that we've actually started at a good time, maybe there won't be a goal scored immediately. But as I say that, Methonian popping it up into a dangerous area. The Evil is back, not able to get a touch, leaving one back on the defense. Methonian not looking for the demo though, but it doesn't matter as KC increases the lead to 2.
Yeah, the Rhinos are looking like they are the dominant team. The Outlaw are just caught on their back foot on this play, and KC has been very, very, what's the word? Physical with the demos and the bump plays, and so I think that is starting to wear on Austin Sanity, and the Evil is back as this game goes on.
It 100% is, as the Evil is back, forcing it off into his own corner. He's going to be look to trying to challenge Methonian for this one. Now might look for the demo, instead gets a bump, gets a second, might even be able to get a third at some point. It's a great flick over, but Austin Sanity can't get it past a dominant defensive force that is KC. Managing to get a great block over as Methonian manages to find KC as well. KC now just taking control of it, popping it past one, gets the bump on the second as well, passing it back to Methonian, but it's not good enough for Methonian to be able to warrant following that one up. Picks up the 100 boost pad now, does nothing with it too much, but the Evil is back, so far back that not really too much of a challenge for this team. But as I say that, pressure's up early, and Austin Sanity looking for the shot, and again KC is just there to defend, and it is working for them at the moment.
I was gonna say, Austin Sanity with kind of an awkward recovery, he got caught up on one of the Rhino players, so he was gonna be slow back. The Outlaws are lucky to have not been scored on there.
Very, very lucky. The ball obviously going into a dangerous area. Methonian's going to be looking at taking a shot now, but it's going to be an easy save for Austin Sanity. He pops it off into the corner. Evil is back trying to force out KC, but KC now is in the center as Austin Sanity just manages to take it over both Methonian and KC, neither one having any opportunity to do anything with that. The Evil is back trying to force out this Methonian offense as Austin Sanity now needing to try and take on 2, gets it over 1, passes it over to the Evil is back. The Evil is back trying to find the target, and Methonian managing to clear it out, and now is going to have an open goal to shoot at, and it's going to be 4.
Yeah, I was almost going to say the Outlaws looked like they were going to have a good counterattack here with KC sort of ball chasing and then having a poor recovery himself with 0 boost, but the Rhinos hold strong, and Methonian slots in his 3rd for the hat trick.
Yeah, and they just really aren't struggling too much in this game. What was a close series beforehand has turned into a domination as KC stops the Evil is back shot from going anywhere towards target. Austin Sanity now trying to clear out of the way from KC, and it's just going to be forced with the Evil is back, but it's going to drop dangerously down to the middle, and it looked as if Methonian had the good opportunity to shoot, but it was just managed to be blocked by Austin Sanity now as he keeps trying to force on the pressure. KC opting to go for that mid boost, leaving Methonian to cause a bit of a problem in the play. It's a good pass, but the double touch, the accidental one, taking it a little bit too high for KC to be able to do anything. KC looking to drop it down into the path of Methonian, and now if the Evil is back, can get out quickly enough, might be able to cause a bit of a ruckus as the Austin Sanity just waiting in the midfield, waiting to see what Methonian does, and it's a good bit of patience that leads to the 2nd goal.
Yeah, good bit of patience there for sure. Austin Sanity could have dove at this ball right before, but Methonian went for it, but he stays strong and gets the goal. The Outlaws are starting to claw their way back now.
They absolutely are. The Evil is back on that kickoff, not managing to get it the way of his Outlaw team. But Austin Sanity with a good block, looking to take it off onto the sidewall, gets it over one. Now the Evil is back left to try and get it over the second. This could be a great shot potentially, but Austin Sanity a little bit too far left. And the demo play is coming out again as Mythonian is going to be one-on-one with the Evil is back and is going to be able to get the goal. What a banger from Mythonian to increase the lead again back to 3.
Bar down here for Mythonian. That is a stylish shot, and the Evil is back coming in off of spawn. Just didn't have the ability to get up and get that shot. I would be pressed to say that any player would have a difficult time in any situation stopping that attack.
Yeah, being in a 1v1 situation in moments like that just really isn't where you want to be. But nevertheless, it's where they were forced with, and sometimes you've just got to deal with that. As Austin Sanity gets the same sort of play, but KC able to deal with it, gets a great save, but probably won't be able to get this second one as the Evil is back, finishes off that play. You almost feel sorry for KC there.
Yeah, Austin Sanity with a crazy shot. KC with an even crazier save, but not able to get it away from the Evil is back. The Outlaws are definitely making a push here. They need 2 more goals, and they have just under a minute to do it.
They do, but Mythonian just taking and playing the ball far, and KC still following it up, and they are taking all the time they need to get this. But Austin Sanity might be able to get the shot on target. Mythonian just taking it away as Austin Sanity steals that boost pad, puts it off onto the sidewall. The Evil is back trying to follow this one up. Austin Sanity is going to be forced to retreat as he is the solo player back for this Outlaw team. Mythonian now is going to be the victor of this one. I say that, it bounces awkwardly for him and takes it straight over KC. A potential demo could be so costly, and both players going for it, which absolutely costs them. But KC looking to pass it back, his teammate not realizing that that was the plan, but with only 8 seconds left, it's not going to make too much of a difference as the Rhinos look set to take game number 3.
Yeah, no 5-0 here for the Outlaws. That is definitely gotta hurt. They still have the opportunity for the 4-1, but now they are looking a little shaky against these Rhinos as we finally see a game not going into overtime. I expected it to be in the way of the Outlaws, or to the advantage to the Outlaws, not going into overtime. But as we see, the Rhinos just come out too fast and too strong, and the Outlaws are now looking like they need to reevaluate something.
And I think it boils down to not just the amount of shots that your team's taking, because again, Mythonian coming out with an enormous number of shots for his team, but the saves coming out from the Rhinos. 8 saves facing off against 4, twice the amount of saves. And that is absolutely pivotal to how these two teams are performing at the moment, because the Rhinos in the first 2 games, it's got to be said, their defense looked a little bit sketchy. It didn't look like they were too confident. It didn't look like they were actually going to be able to hold up. And it looked like maybe it would get worse going on in the series, but instead, game number 3, they've completely turned that around. Their defense has been absolutely stellar. They've been an absolute rock in the back, and that has just held off relentless Outlaw attacks. But can it hold up into game 4? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it can or if it can't. This is definitely a very interesting series, and even with the Rhinos taking that last game and taking it in a pretty definitive way, it doesn't really seem like they are going to have the advantage even still. We just need to see the Outlaws maybe do some demo avoidance, or maybe even start demoing themselves, because the KC demo factor seems to be wearing on these Outlaws, as we see Austin Sanity not caring about anything that I'm saying. He's just going to put that goal in and not even worry about a demo.
Yeah, Austin Sanity basically said there, no, I don't need a demo. I'm just going to find the gap in the defense and just go for it. And does so absolutely perfectly to take the first goal in just 5 seconds. And it wasn't even that great a kickoff, to be honest. It's just that the follow-up from Austin Sanity just that little bit better as he looks to use the full boost, gets the pass off of the sidewall, and following up, the Evil is back, might be able to get it, but KC rushing in, managing to get a split-second save coming through, looking for the pass center, might be able to fake out a man instead, does get the fake, but the ball just lofting over the goal is going to mean no pressure and no points coming through for them, as Austin Sanity, great pass back to the Evil is back. The Evil is back with a good shot, but Mythonian, a relatively easy save for him to deal with, and now looking for the shot himself, gets it past 1. can't get it past the second, and now Austin Sanity takes it over one. That is going to likely be a 2-goal lead, but maybe a little bit too slow to follow. And Methonian, with the unbelievably pivotal save coming through, manages to get the block, might even be able to get a potential counterattack going here if they're careful, as the Rhinos managed to hold off what looked like a certain 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, I definitely thought that one was going in. That is a insane save coming out from Methonian as he stops that attack. I can't believe that didn't go in, and he probably can't believe it either.
And like that, Rhinos managed to tie up the game in what looked like a dominant starting performance in this game number 4 for this Outlaws team. A bad touch from Austin Sanity leads it straight into the path of KC, and KC equalizes.
Yeah, the Rhinos equalize, and they are just putting on the pressure after having all of the pressure put on themselves. They are looking really good, and that was a great opportunity for Austin Sanity, but it gets broken up again by this Rhinos defense.
Yeah, and a backflip coming out from KC is going to make this a little harder to deal with. Austin Sanity, I don't think he realizes that his teammate's been demoed. At that point, there's no point in going up too early. The Evil is back, needing to find a shot on target. Instead, opts for the backboard, looking for that pass back to Austin Sanity. A good rotation from the Evil is back, puts himself in a good position now to be able to shoot. But coming up so early, Methonian just cutting out that play. Can see the position from the Evil is back is absolutely perfect. But now Austin Sanity trying to cause a bit of a problem from Methonian, who misses that 100. Austin Sanity is going to have seen that, and that's going to be difficult to deal with. What an angle from Austin Sanity.
Yeah, Austin Sanity pulling out his protractor to find this angle. That was absolutely insane. Both Rhinos didn't see that one coming, maybe thinking it was bouncing off the crossbar. And that is a great way to go up 2-1 for the Outlaws here.
And the Outlaws need this. At this point, we see the demo coming through from the Evil is back, and it's a good one, but Austin Sanity can't get it past Methonian. And KC with the backflip, and the follow-up from the Evil is back. What a placement from that man. Good way to get the 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, that is not a spot on the field where I was expecting a backflip. For a moment, I thought it might have been some sort of mind game or fake, but nothing fooled the Evil is back as he was able to slot that one in for the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, absolutely no problem in the world as Austin Sanity looks to take it out, gets it past Methonian, and KC now looking to take it off onto the sidewall. The bump coming through from Austin Sanity takes it away, but KC is still able to get the pressure and just lets Austin Sanity ride KC's head like a bull. Absolutely no problem for him as he just baits out and pressures and strengths out the opposition. And now Methonian off of the backboard. KC is up, but isn't going to be able to read it enough to get a shot on target. Methonian, though, is able to get a little more pressure going, but a dive in from him takes him out of the play completely as Austin Sanity gets a good touch. And we see the Evil is back looking for that backflip shot, and it's not good enough, but Austin Sanity is able to clear up the mess.
Yeah, the Evil's back can't score on that shot, but he makes it awkward enough, and you see there Methonian not able to get the read on the side wall, and that is a great play from these Outlaws to take a even more commanding lead here.
Kickoff relatively neutral, not really going the way of anybody as the Evil is back fighting off KC for the return ball from there, but it's a good pass off of the backboard and the backflip from Austin Sanity, but the Evil is back is able to get a doink off of KC's roof. Not really what he's looking for. The Evil is back now, managing to just doink it off of his as well, as we see Evil is back again, re-going for it. Didn't look like he'd be able to get the reset quickly enough. Austin Sanity now looking for the shot, but a good 50 and a good block coming the way of KC as Methonian looks to take it over one, can't get it over him to a teammate. Austin Sanity now picking up that 100 boost pad, looking for the target. Might even look for a mid-air bump if possible, but Methonian just popping it over to the side again, looking for that boost maybe. Looking to take it away from the Evil is back. Does get it. KC isn't able to clear it, and Austin Sanity increases the lead by 4.
Yeah, and after getting beaten pretty handily in the last game, the Outlaws are coming out strong, and they are just piling on the goals, the shots, and from my view, the assists. They have 3 assists to the Rhinos 1.
Yeah, and that is absolutely huge as ball goes into the corner. Austin Sanity putting it there. But now following up, Methonian can't beat out either of the defenders for this Outlaws team. And at this point, it just feels like damage control for the Rhinos as they drop the ball down dangerously in front of their own goal. Methonian off the sidewall, maybe looking for KC into the center. Does find him, and it's a good pass and a better shot.
Yeah, KC with the absolute boomer going in. That was a great pass, like you said, from Methonian. And again, 2 Outlaws in the area to make the save. None of them able to react in time, as that was just too quick for them to handle there.
Far too quick. The Evil is back now, trying to stop any sort of extra pressure coming through, because 3 goals is still a possibility to be scored, but Austin Sanity still has the boost and the block from him, and that is a dunk of a century. Austin Sanity, you beauty.
Yeah, that was an absolutely insane play coming out from Austin Sanity. If you are at home and watching, please clip that and submit it for the Balls Play of the Week. That is definitely a contender if I have ever seen one.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the best goals we're going to see of the day, as we see the counter-attack goal go through. And that, I've got to say, that's probably not going to be one of the best goals of the day, but nevertheless, it's still an absolutely great block from Methonian to just lessen that gap.
Yeah, the worst goal scored is still a goal scored. The Rhinos will take it. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them, though, as they are still down by 3 with only 30 seconds left. They need to put on a bunch of goals very quickly, and it's just not going to happen for them.
No, it's not, as the ball goes dangerously over the goal of the Outlaws, but still a great clear from the Evil is back, just taking time off of that clock, shaving it down second by second as Methonian pops it over to the side. It might be even an extra goal for Outlaws here, but a good block coming through and good pressure from Methonian. KC taking it over the side, can't get the second touch. Austin Sanity just allowing the Rhinos to get the extra touch, and the game goes the way of the Outlaws. 3-1 in the series.
Yeah, and so we're starting to see a bit of a pattern here. We had 2 games that were really close, both going to overtime, and now we have 2 games that are dominated by one team or the other. So I don't know what the exact pattern is or what it's going to end up being, but we have 1 game left, and the Outlaws need to win this game to give themselves the best opportunity to stay in this wild card hunt and make the playoffs at the end of the season here, or at the end of this week. And so they definitely are going to be wanting to take this last win, because then, only then, can the teams that they are competing with, they can only pass them with a 5-0 victory themselves, which is, as we've seen from these Outlaws and Rhinos, very hard to come by, as this has been a super competitive series so far.
Yeah, it has. And obviously, for those of you that aren't aware, the Dodgers, the Tyrants, the Sharks, and the Outlaws are all on 35-30 in games. Now, at the moment, the Outlaws are actually 38-31, is it, or 39-31? I believe at this point in time.
38-31.
38-31. So at this point in time, they're 38-31. Now, winning this extra match, that means everything. That is everything, because at this point, you need to win this extra match, because if you don't win this, pressure is immediately just taken off the other teams that need to win 4-1 or 5-0. But if you win 4-1, realistically, that is probably going to put so much pressure on the other teams that need to secure a 5-0 victory that it might just be enough just to take it.
Yep, and I think that would take it for him, as we see a great play there from Austin Sanity, catching that ball and steering it away from danger for these Outlaws as they look to take this last game here.
Definitely, but Methonian has other ideas about that. Puts a dangerous shot on target. This might bounce in an awkward area for KC to deal with, and it does, but Methonian is there to bail him out. And again, it's another awkward bounce. Methonian is there to follow up a 50, relatively neutral, but Austin Sanity the quicker of KC and himself, and looking for the double, looking for another play. The Evil is back, needs to follow this one up, but needs to be careful of exactly that, as KC gets the block but can't find the target had so much time. Not entirely sure he knew that, though, as the attempted double comes through, almost just glides into the goal regardless. And now KC left flipping it over one. Might be looking for the goal as well, and gets the first of the final game.
Yeah, that was an awesome flick coming out from KC. Beats one and then beats Austin Sanity with the insane flick. That is a perfectly placed shot. No way Austin Sanity is ever getting to that.
Yeah, and that just absolutely went to show. Fast kickoff coming through from Methonian. KC now maybe looking back for Methonian, but no, going for the double touch, maybe going for the triple as Methonian increases the lead to 2 from a great play from KC.
Yeah, a little bit of strategic kickoff placement here from Methonian, passing it over to KC, and then KC getting a great shot, we'll call it, off the back wall, and it's awkward enough that Methonian is able to come by and clean it up. That was an awesome play for the Rhinos there.
Absolutely incredible, but they don't want to be making misses like that as Methonian doesn't get the touch. KC just dropping it straight into the path of the Evil is back, but fortunately for him, momentum on his side manages to get the block as well. Methonian not opted to go for the ceiling, going off of the sidewall instead. Easier to get control of his car, maybe, in his opinion, and the Evil is back, taking a relatively simple shot. It's enough to cause a bit of a ruckus and a bit of a problem, but Methonian coming out with a blinding save as KC drops it over one, but the Evil is back, just pushing it over towards the side of his goal, relatively dangerously, I must say, but still manages to get it out, but straight onto the roof of Methonian, who gets a good block. Austin Sanity now is going to be forced back on the rotation, needs to get a good clear. It's a dangerous one, but manages to get the 100 boost pad, now looking to go off of that backboard, and Methonian is just there to clear it away, just making sure that the Evil is back, can't follow that one up, and pushes it into the corner. Evil is back is up, manages to get it, but straight into the path of Methonian. Now KC challenging off of the backboard, and if the Evil is back is there, it could be dangerous, but he's not quite, as Austin Sanity now looking straight for the goal, hones in on the target, and it's a corker of a goal.
Yeah, very accurate shot here coming from Austin Sanity. It looked like he thought about following that one for a potential backboard double touch, but leaves it, and that ball just sneaks its way in top shelf. The Outlaws looking to take this game. They need one more to tie it now.
They do need one more to tie it, and they can definitely get it, but not like that. Austin Sanity not really with the car control to be able to take it over KC, but the Evil is back with a great 50, might still be able to get this, but can't. Grabs the 100 boost pad instead, forcing Methonian on a slow rotation, but the shot towards goal. Evil is back with a backflip, and Austin Sanity just taking it over Methonian. Methonian now needs to take control of this, but it's not done in the greatest of manners. Fortunately for him, the follow-up is slow, but the demo coming out, and this could be Austin Sanity's to finish off, and KC with the save to stop it and to keep them in this game.
Unfortunate there, Austin Sanity putting it in basically the only spot that KC could even save it from. I don't know if you saw him on the shot attempt, but he was out of position and had the entire net to shoot at, as KC is going to put his own in, showing Austin Sanity how it's done. That is a great shot coming out from KC.
Yeah, and it's obviously a dangerous double commit from Rhinos, but KC, knowing he's going to be capable of getting that, clearly calls it, because you see Methonian pulling out of the commit towards the goal, but a good kickoff might lead Evil is back to be able to get a goal back. But Insanity now forcing it off against the sidewall. Methonian playing it dangerously into the center field. Methonian might be able to get a second touch, gets it off of the backboard. KC's going to be following this one up, but it's going to be another goal and a 4-1 victory and lead so far. It almost looks set, this game.
Yeah, and the Rhinos are just too fast and too good for the Outlaws. The Outlaws are the ones that have all of the pressure, and it is starting to show. They are panicking, and they need to seal up this wound so they can get some goals on the board if they want any chance of taking this game.
Yeah, at this point they need to get this goal, and they do. The Evil is back, just slotting it into the bottom corner with a little bit of help, I think we should say, from, I believe, Methonian here. Yeah, just the slightest bit of help, but still it was going in regardless. Evil is back, still trying to get this game back and take this victory 4-1. But nope, that is going to do it though. As the fifth goal goes in for this Rhinos team, Methonian flicking it over the top. KC with the follow, and KC no problem whatsoever as they increase the lead once again to 3 goals.
Yeah, and the pressure is definitely mounting here on the Outlaws. For every goal that gets scored on them, that is 2 more that they have to score in order to win this game, not just tie it. So this is definitely looking like the Rhinos are going to take this last game and make it that much harder for the Outlaws to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, tripping your own teammates up like that for Outlaws really isn't the way you want to be going. And Mythonian with the patience, trying to take it past one, gets demoed for his efforts, and now we're going to be seeing Austin Sanity passing off for the backboard. KC's not going to be able to read it, but nor is the Evil is back, and now it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation as Mythonian looking to bump out Austin Sanity. Austin Sanity taking it slow. You can see it coming from a mile away. The Evil is back, not able to make any contact though off of that wall, and nor is Austin Sanity, and this could be problematic as the ball gets passed straight to Mythonian, who looks for the goal, looks for the double touch, but puts it wide. And that's unfortunate. It was always going to be a difficult read for him. Looking for the goal again, though. Austin Sanity looking to find the Evil is back. This is going to bounce dangerously close to the top right-hand corner of the goal, but instead KC clears it out, making sure there's no problems. And with the game clock ticking down, 7 seconds left, it's statistically and mathematically impossible to get this game back now. And we're going to be seeing 3-2 in games going the way of Outlaws, but not before Outlaws can claw 1 goal back as a consolation.
Yep, they're just looking to fix their goal differential at this point. The Rhinos are going to take this game. Oh, was that 0 seconds? Oh, interesting. Either way, the Rhinos take the game, the Outlaws take the series, and now we have to wait for results from the rest of the league instead of just knowing that the Outlaws are going to be in these playoffs. So definitely not the position the Outlaws wanted to be in, but they'll take a series win and hope that they make it with enough to get in.
Yeah, and that is the position ideally you kind of didn't want to be in. If you're going to be winning, you need to be winning at least 4-1. That's not to say that they deserve to win 4-1, because in all honesty, Rhinos played very well to hold their own, especially when they weren't playing for anything other than their own pride at this point. They were already out. They already knew that they were going to be out. So this was more a show to showcase that it doesn't matter if we're done. It doesn't matter if we're dusted. It doesn't matter if we're buried 6 foot under. This is our moment to show we still have passion for the game. We still want to win, and we're never going to give up.
Yeah, Rocket League's a fun game, and playing spoiler to your friends, and maybe I can't speak to the relationship of everybody in MLE, but maybe there's a bit of a rivalry between these people. We don't know. But it's always fun to play spoiler and be a thorn in someone's side, and that is what the Rhinos were to the Outlaws today. Now, we are done with this game, but we have plenty more coming your way. Next up, we have another Champion League game. It's going to be the Spectre and the Comets. We're going to get into that, but right before we do, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to show you guys the plays of the week. So stick around, watch that, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys clip a couple of the plays from this game. They were absolutely insane and deserving of the play of the week, sponsored by Balls Grana. We'll see you then.